Okay, so now we have to go ahead and fill out our state tax return to the Illinois Department of Revenue. So we're going to go ahead and fill in basic information again, just like we did on the federal form. So here's every field that we should have filled out. You do have to make sure that you check off this box here that we're single, and then we're going to move along. So we're going to again start doing some things talking about income here. Line 1 says federal adjusted gross income from your federal form 1040, 1040A, or 1040EZ, which is what we filled out. So we need to go to line 4 of our 1040EZ, and that was $8,679. Now, again, I'm going to kind of just skim over some of these situations that do not apply to us. So when you're filling this out for your assignment, you're just going to also enter zeros. 2 and 3 do not apply. Okay? So now we're taking line 4 and adding lines 1 through 3 to get 8,679. 5, 6, and 7 do not apply to us. Okay? Again, we're just going to skip the explanations, but we're not retired, so that's one of the reasons why this is 0. Okay, we're adding lines 5, 6, and 7 together for line 8, which is also going to be 0, and line 9 says to subtract line 8 from line 4, so we're subtracting these two numbers. Simple math so far. Okay, all 4 of these do not apply. We are not 65 or older. We are not legally blind. Okay, we did not claim any exemptions on our federal return. They're all 0. So 10, add lines A through D, is also going to be 0. For 11, it says subtract line 10 from line 9, and then skip line 12. So we are going to subtract 0 from 8,679, which again leads us to the same number, and we are skipping line 12. So line 13 now says, for residents, multiply line 11 by 3.75%. This is the number that we need to multiply it by, right? We have to convert our percentage to a decimal, 0.0375. So once we multiply 8,679 by this number, you should come out with, and we're going to round up or down to the nearest dollar, $325. Okay? Line 14 doesn't apply to us. Line 15, add lines 13 and 14 together, $325. Lines 16, 17, and 18, 0. Do not apply. So even though this looks like a pretty busy form, you can see that we're not really filling out much of these fields to begin with. 19 is adding 16, 17, and 18 together, 0. 20, subtract line 19 from line 15. We're going to subtract 0 from 325 to get 325. Simple enough. We're done with the first page. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the second page of our state form. And with 21, we are basically copying line 20, okay, to 21. Tax after non-refundable credits from page 1, line 20. So 325 goes to line 21. 22, 23, and 24 are all 0. They do not apply to us, which means that line 25, we're going to add all of these together, 325. Now, in line 26, we have to do something here. It says, Illinois income tax withheld. Attach all W-2, and we're not worrying about this form today, so we're just looking at our W-2 form. We need to check to see how much state income tax that we paid. So if we go back to our W-2, state income tax is down here in box number 17. So we've paid $416.58. We're going to round up, 417. Lines 27, 28, 29, guess what? Do not apply to us. So line 30, We're adding all of these lines together. Add lines 26 through 29 together to get 417. So 31 says, overpayment. If line 30 is greater than line 25, subtract 25 from 30. 30 is larger than 25. That is a good thing for us because that means we're going to get another refund. Okay? This is how much tax we should have paid to the government of Illinois state government, but this is how much we actually paid. So we're going to subtract 325 from 417. We're going to get 92 bucks back from the state of Illinois. 32 we're going to leave blank. This would be the opposite, and you would owe money if this number was greater than this number, but it's not. So we're going to leave 32 blank. 33, 0. 34, 0. 35, 0. Well, it looks like I had these auto-filled, but they're not filling in. You just saw a quick sneak peek of my kids on St. Patrick's Day. So let me switch over to my pen here, and we're just going to have to use a different colored ink. So this is 0. Line 36 and 37. First start with 36. We're taking our overpayment, subtracting line 35 from line 31. Okay? Line 35, 0, subtracted from line 31. So this is going to be $92. Now 37 says amount from line 36 you want refunded to you. Well, we can get 92 bucks back from the state government. Why in the world would we not take all $92? So we're going to put 92. We want to get all that money back in the form of a refund. Okay, now for 38, you can choose to have your refund by direct deposit. If you do that, you would check off here, put in the routing and account number from above on your federal form, and mark off checking. Or you have options down here to get either a debit card from the government or a paper check. So you just need to check off one of these three and fill in whichever one you prefer. Line 39 does not apply to us, 0. And line 40, if we have an underpayment, which we do not, so we're going to put 0 for line 40 as well. All right, we're at the end of our state return. We need to go ahead now, sign, Matthew J. Lehman, today's date, phone number, and that is it. We would send to this address because it says if no payment is enclosed, we mail to this address to get our refund. If you did owe money to the state government, you're going to go ahead and send to this address instead. But that's it. You now know how to file taxes for the federal and state government.